Okay, my name is David. I just got home from school, and now I'm finna yap. Hold up. Okay. The song I'll be yapping about today is called "Hoax" by Taylor Swift. It was released in 2020, I believe. It is the last song on Folklore, and I just want to yap on it because it has a lot of lyrics for me to yap about. Okay, I'm gonna start at the very beginning, and we're gonna work our way down. So the very first lines say, "My only one." The one is the first song on Folklore. So I'm pretty sure this is a throwback to that song. And it says, "My smoking gun." And in Taylor Swift song, "Call It What You Want," she says she brought a knife to a gunfight. So I think she finally learned from her mistakes and she brought a gun to a gunfight. And maybe she won. And then she said her sun is eclipsed. I think the sun might represent like freeness or happiness, and by suggesting that it's eclipsed, that means she's sad or depressed. And then she verifies that by saying in the next line, "This has broken me down." Then she says, "My twisted knife," suggesting maybe she stabbed somebody in the back or she got stabbed in the back. "My sleepless night." Her next album after Evermore would be called Midnights. So I think this song is going to introduce the concepts of her staying up all night and being, restless. "My winless fight." So I think the thing she's thinking about right now, like what's making her sun eclipse, why her gun is smoking, she's still thinking back on this past moment. And she's never going to get over it. She can't win. Then she says, "This is frozen my ground." She can't move on. Then in the next line, she says, "She stood on the cliffside, screaming, 'Give me a reason.'" This basically says that, she was on the verge of giving up, giving into her depression, ending it. And she was just waiting for a reason not to. Then she says, "Your faithless love is the only hoax I believe in." I'm going to give us a definition of hoax real quick. Hoax means malicious deception. So they deceived her with intent to hurt her. So when she says, "Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in," I think she's saying that that he's loving her as a hoax. He means to hurt her by loving her. "Don't want no other shade of blue but you." So he's the only depression that she wants. And this ties back into the very beginning of the song where she was like, "I'm depressed." She's saying she's depressed because of him. And then she says no other kind of sadness in the world would do. Speaking of her kind of heartbreak of what she's dealing with this man. Then she said she had this best laid plan. I don't know what this plan was. I'm assuming it's to kind of help him feel better so she can feel better. And then he says, "Your sleight of hand and my barren land." So that kind of means that she was tricked and it left her alone to deal with these feelings. Maybe he got over his depression really fast, but she was still left there depressed. And then, "I'm ash from your fire." That means she gave everything to him until both of them were gone. Then it repeats the chorus. "Stood on the cliffside, screaming, 'Give me news.'" Yeah. Then the bridge says, you know I left a part of me back in New York." In New York, that's where she wrote her fifth album, 1989. In 1989, she was very happy, excited, but during that era, she was getting attacked and violated by Kim and Kanye, and she was not well liked. So I'm thinking here she's suggesting that she left the happier part of her back in that era of New York type vibes. Then she says, "You knew the hero died. So what's the movie for?" She's saying that he knew he was gonna get over this. So why'd you even start it? You went way too far dramatic. Why do you even start this episode, this movie? She said it still hurts underneath her scars from like when she was in that depressed era from 1989 when she was getting bullied by the internet. From when they pulled me apart, verifying that. You knew the password, so I let you in the door. He knew, like, how to get her, like get to her emotions, like her feelings. And she let him. You knew you won, so what's the point of keeping score? Now this is where I don't think it's about a man. I think it's going back to like her earlier beef with the internet. The internet knew how to get to her feelings. And they kind of knew they won when she stopped running her own like internet account. Like Taylor Swift used to have like her own internet account that like anybody could like, you know, go on and actually talk to her. No, now it's fan run. So I think that's tying back into that, because like, why do they keep bringing it up and trying to start more and more beef if they already won? And you knew it still hurts underneath my scars. So even till this day, this song was in 2020. So it had been 5-6 years since this entire thing, and she's still thinking about it. She probably still thinks about this 10 years later, right now. But what you did was just as dark. So even though the fans are pulling her apart, I believe this is tying back into a man. What her like boyfriend, man, whatever thing did was just as dark as what the fans were doing back then in Kim and Kanye. And then in the outro, she says, "My only one." But I don't think this is about the song "The One" anymore. Well, I do. I think it's about the person she was talking about in the song "The One," which, should I do that one next? But you know, "My kingdom come undone." So her kingdom's done. All of her past music, which she thinks of as a kingdom, has come undone. Her drum's broken. She no longer sees the inspiration of continuing to do that. You have beaten my heart. She's no longer in it to make music anymore because of what they did to her back then. That's all I had. Like, if you guys actually like watch through this, well, you probably don't have to, but let me know what songs you want next. I do take requests. I'll do every song, like anything.